Ukraine launched a secret drone attack so massive that experts are calling it Russia's Pearl Harbor.
Ah, we go again.
According to reports, Ukraine managed to smuggle 117 aerial drones on the backs of trucks that deposited them at the perimeter of 4 Russian air bases, one of them deep inside Siberia, 2,500 miles from Ukraine's borders, according to Ukrainian officials.
I can't believe you've done this.
It was a stunning, audacious attack whose widespread effects are only just becoming clear.
Hey, that's pretty good.
While there are differing accounts on the extent of the ensuing damage of Sunday's spiderweb operation, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said 40 Russian aircraft, 34% of Russia's strategic cruise missile carriers, were hit. Ukraine's security service, the SBU, put the estimated cost of the Kremlin at $7 billion. Some military commentators and pro-Russian bloggers have called it the country's Pearl Harbor, a reference to Japanese attack in 1941 that led the United States to enter World War II. It came Sunday, a day before the latest round of direct peace talks between Ukraine and Russia were set to begin on Monday. There was little optimism for diplomatic progress even before the strike, with Ukraine sending its defense minister Rustem Umerov, but Russia dispatching only the far more junior Putin aide Vladimir Medinsky to the talks in Istanbul. Those talks have concluded, Zelensky said at a news conference in the Lithuanian capital of Vilnius. But just after midday local time at 9 a.m. Eastern, he said the two sides exchanged documents and were preparing a fresh round of prisoner exchanges, extending the only tangible outcome from the two sides' first meeting last month. A far more likely outcome of Sunday's strike is Russia's continuing to bomb Ukrainian civilians, this time under the pretext of retaliation, even though in reality these strikes are planned long in advance, said Keir Giles, a senior consulting fellow with the London-based think tank Chatham House's Russia and Eurasia program. Less hard to quantify will be the huge blow to Vladimir Putin's pride, with Western analysts in agreement that this was a humiliation for the Russian president. At a time when Putin seems to think that he is winning on the battlefield, this demonstrates that his forces are in fact very vulnerable, said Sven Biskop, a director at the Egmont Institute, which is a think tank in Brussels. This may not change the course of the war, but it does mean that every gain Russia makes will be at a high cost. The attack on Sunday encapsulates Ukraine's wartime strategy. Outnumbered, outgunned, and dependent on Western partners, Ukrainian military planners have sought innovative and cost-effective means to exact Russian losses, often leaning on the element of surprise. The attack also gives Ukraine a morale boost at a time when peace talks have sputtered and could undermine Russian confidence that it can win the war with ease. The enemy thought it could bomb Ukraine and kill Ukrainians with impunity and without end. But that is not the case. We will respond to Russian terror and destroy the enemy everywhere, at sea, in the air, and on land, said the head of the SBU, Vasyl Malyuk, on Monday. And if necessary, we'll get them from underground too, he added. Okay, talk about